This wide aerial view shows the patchwork fields of the Sembalun Valley. Tucked directly beneath Mount Rinjani in Indonesia, the volcanic soil here makes the region an absolute powerhouse for agriculture. Because it sits so high in elevation, the climate defies what you might expect from a tropical Indonesian island. Before the sun rises, the mountain air is freezing, biting right through your jacket. It is the kind of Saturday morning most 9-year-olds would spend sleeping in. But a boy named Adi is already out the door, pulling on his boots to help his grandfather, Kakek Wirya, with the harvest. Pulling crops out of this specific valley means fighting the freezing dawn first. You have to put in the grueling physical work before the earth yields a reward. Adi's job today is to inspect these rows. As you can see in this photo, the strawberry plants are grown low to the ground over plastic mulch. He has to crouch down in the dirt and manually filter through the leaves to find the ripe red fruit. It is an incredibly tedious process. You flip one broad green leaf, check the stem, move to the next, and repeat hundreds of times. Then, tucked under one unusually wide leaf, Adi uncovers something entirely out of place. A strawberry the size of his own fist, glowing bright red. You do not get a piece of fruit that massive by accident. A biological outlier like this happens because of a very specific, controlled set of agricultural conditions. Kakek Wirya walks over, takes one look, and laughs. He identifies this anomaly as the strawberry raja, or the king strawberry. He explains to Adi that producing fruit this size requires strict adherence to 3 rules. The first is treating the plant's nutritional needs exactly like a human's diet, feeding it high-quality organic compost. The second part of that diet is the irrigation. This photo shows the crater lake of Mount Rinjani, which feeds a local springs. Kakek insists on using only this unfiltered, mineral-rich mountain water for his farm. Look at this comparison chart. On the left, a standard plant absorbs basic nutrients at a normal rate. On the right, combining volcanic Rinjani water with organic compost spikes nutrient uptake, heavily accelerating cellular growth in the fruit. That extreme physical size is the direct, measurable output of meticulously feeding a plant the best possible organic ingredients. The second rule sounds a bit more abstract. Kakek tells Adi to smile and actually speak to the crops while you work. This practice shifts the dynamic of the labor. Instead of viewing weed pulling as a physical chore, the farmer treats the ecosystem like a companion, tending to it with patience. Finally, the third rule is strict environmental containment. Specifically, Kakek enforces an absolute ban on dropping any plastic waste into the soil. This cross-section shows why the ban matters. Buried plastic acts as an underground wall, blocking rainwater and suffocating roots. But removing that barrier reopens pathways. Oxygen flows, water reaches deep, and local microlife functions naturally. Cultivating healthy crops requires balancing both of these forces. You must maintain the physical breathability of the soil while approaching the work with genuine care. As the morning goes on, the sun clears the mountain peaks. The freezing dawn quickly burns off, turning the valley into a hot, physically exhausting workspace. But the effort yields results. By midday, Adi and Kakek have filled their woven bamboo baskets completely to the brim with ripe fruit. To celebrate a successful harvest, Kakek pulls out a knife and cuts the king strawberry right down the middle, handing half to his grandson. Satisfied, Adi takes a bite. The flesh is intensely sweet, balanced by a sharp hit of fresh acidity, and holds an extremely high water content. The sensory quality of that strawberry is the tangible payoff. The flavor is the physical proof of the rigorous biological and environmental care they applied to the soil. Sitting there in the dirt, Adi looks at the massive harvest and realizes he's part of a scalable system that feeds entire populations. He tells Kakek that his goal is to become a modern farmer right here in Sembalun, merging future technology with his grandfather's ecological rules. Kakek smiles and ruffles the boy's hair. Validating that exact perspective was the true purpose of bringing Adi out into the cold morning. The giant fruit in Adi's hand is the result of a precise balance. Protecting the soil's health and the water's purity is the only way to ensure the land continues to provide.